why some Star Wars fans are getting upset because films. Now, some people may associate Star Wars with Disney because it's owned by Disney, but it's not really a Disney problem because they're doing great in the Marvel area. So that kind of, I'm trying to figure it out. With Marvel, they actually listen to the fans and they don't bash the fans if they don't like a specific movie. And like a movie and they build off of what they have in terms of if one movie, like if some fans don't like a certain part to this movie or movies, they try to find ways to fix it. And they certainly don't act in each Marvel movie. They accept that. Like I'm willing to bet you uh there are some flaws in Black Panther. I don't really know much about the Black Panther, and it is my favorite movie of 2018 so far. And so I don't really think it's most of a Disney problem. It's more of a Lucasfilms problem. Because the first six Star Wars movies that came out, or seven if you count the Clone Wars, they never said, like George Lucas never said when he made episodes 1 through 6, and Dave Filoni never said when the Clone Wars movie came out that, oh, they are awesome movies. Well, they probably said it was a good, decent movie, but they never said, oh, it's a perfect movie. If you don't like uh if you don't like any of the Star Wars movies, then you must be a middle-aged white man who in some way must be racist and sexist, which is not. George Lucas and Dave Filoni never said that about the actual Star Wars movies. And I feel that's why people have more respect of episodes 1 through 6 and the Clone Wars movie. Because actually, the people who made those movies actually acknowledge Rogue One. I mean, The Force Awakens, I enjoyed it. Yeah, there are a few problems in the Force Awakens, but I still enjoyed it. Same with Rogue One. The Last Jedi, I'll admit, there are some parts in the movie where I did enjoy, but with the exception of Attack of the Clones, I would have changed a, a lot, a lot to that I would change in the movie to make it better. And I always said one of those changes I would make to The Last Jedi is having Luke live, because Kathleen Kennedy upfront told the fans and George Lucas the day George Lucas signed Lucasfilms over to Disney, hey, we're going to treat the characters almost respect, and I mean the legendary characters like Luke Skywalker, Leia, Han, Chewbacca, the two droids that were in like every single Star Wars movie except for the Han Solo movie, and I'm referring to 3PO and R2D2. And I can't really be mad at Han Solo's death. The Force Awakens, I thought that was a pretty decent way to go out for a character. I mean, he did try to convince his son to turn back to the light side, but I also probably figured whatever happens, Kylo Ren needed that little push to change back to the good side, if that makes any sense. So Han Solo's death, even though it was shocking, it didn't really affect me in a negative way. Luke Skywalker, the only reason why Ryan Johnson killed off Luke Skywalker was just because, just to make room, like get rid of the old in with the new, and that's not respecting the original Star Wars, uh, the original trilogy characters that are legendary, and I'm not referring to the canon that's now Legends. I believe every character, major character in the original trilogy, as legendary characters, legendary canon characters. And I feel like the other reason why some fans are upset with Lucasfilms is because they refuse to listen to the fans, per se. Like, nobody wanted the Han Solo movie. Granted that I've seen the Han Solo movie, it was a better movie than I expected it to be. But let's be real here. Nobody asked for a Han Solo movie. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, made a lot more sense to make than the Han Solo movie. But that's just one example of Lucasfilms not listening to fans. Some of the fans, me included, have their complaints about The Last Jedi. But yet, Ryan Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. Abrams are attacking those fans. Pretty much saying if we don't like The Last Jedi, then we're stupid. Overweight, middle-aged white men. Last time I checked, I'm black, African American. I'm not overweight. I'm not. I forget if I said I'm not middle-aged, but I'm not middle-aged either. I'm a young African American person that's in decent shape, and I'm in my early 20s. And I think it was Ryan Johnson who said that, or maybe it was J.J. Abrams. And you guys seen what happened to Roseanne? The TV show got canceled because Roseanne made some racist statements. And and I know I'm not the only fan who is upset with. I think it was J.J. Abrams who said, "Whoever disliked the Last Jedi, racist, overweight, middle-aged white men." Which uh just check uh that Star Wars girl, and she will tell you upfront that's not the case. That's offensive and racist. So, and that J.J. Abrams is pretty much agreeing with Ryan Johnson. Now, if Kathleen Kennedy's said, "Oh, we can have that," I'm sorry, J.J., but we won't be able to let you do episode 9. Or if she actually apologizes for some of the things they have said, and I do mean Kathleen Kennedy as well, and if Ryan Johnson, J.J. Abrams also apologizes for some of the things they said, and quit acting like The Last Jedi is the perfect movie, then and start listening to the fans more, then I'm willing to bet you episode 9 will make at least half of what The Force Awakens made. And I feel like the reason why The Force Awakens made as much as they did, not because they were made around Christmas time. The movie was released around Christmas time, even though that helped. But I believe the main reason why that we've seen in 10 years, or in like 8 years, like, to bring in the Clone Wars. So yeah, about 8 years. Let's see. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 7 years. Sorry. But still, it was the first Star Wars movie that we got in 7 years. And it was the first sequel movie that we got in like about 30-ish, 40 years. And I'm willing to bet you, if Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson, and J.J. Abrams didn't attack these Star Wars fans who did not like The Last Jedi, I'm willing to bet you the ticket sales for Han Solo would have been higher than it is right now. And the fact that the ticket sales for Han Solo is so low for Star Wars standards, that is pitiful. Really, really pitiful. And it actually speaks volumes of what the effect of what some of the things, some of the rude things Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson, and J.J. Abrams has said by attacking us fans, some of the fans who dislike The Last Jedi. Now, this is kind of me nitpicking here. I was kind of mad that, and spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen the Solo movie yet, I was kind of upset that they didn't have Jabba the Hutt make a cameo in the movie. You know, they did reference him in the movie, but they didn't actually have Jabba the Hutt in the movie to make a cameo. I'm going to spoil it right now who makes a cameo. Darth Maul. And for those of you who said Darth Maul in the Clone Wars got resurrected with the help of the Night Sisters and Vas Opress, who later got killed by Darth Sidious. And Darth Maul didn't die until in Star Wars Rebels. He got killed again by Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Star Wars Rebels takes place after the Han Solo movie, before the Rogue One movie. And I have a feeling like they were setting it up where they're gonna make make a Darth Maul movie, which I wouldn't mind them making a Darth Maul movie, to be frank with you. As long as they keep it in between Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One, I wouldn't mind. But if you're talking about a prequel Darth Maul movie, which with Kathleen Kennedy, anything is possible, scary, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Kathleen Kennedy today said, "Hey guys, we're gonna make a Darth Maul origin story." And to be honest, I do not want that. I have a feeling that a lot of fans will be open for having the Darth Maul movie that takes place. Oh, I guess after the Han Solo movie, and for the fans of Rebels. But yeah, like I said, the reason why the fans are upset right now towards Lucasfilms, and it's not really towards Lucasfilms, it's more towards Kathleen Kennedy, because that's the real problem. It's not a Disney problem. It is a Lucasfilms problem, but it's really a Kathleen Kennedy problem with her bashing fans for not liking her movies, not listening to fans about what they want in terms of movies, uh, allowing her workers or the people who works for her, which in this case I'm referring to Ryan Johnson, J.J. Abrams, uh, to attack us fans, calling us middle-aged white men who are racist and sexist, because we are afraid of girl power, which even though yeah, a lot of fans disliked Ahsoka Tano when we got introduced to her in the Clone Wars. But over like the 6 seasons of the Clone Wars, or 5 seasons, because she made it to season 5 before she left the show, by the end of the 5th season of the Clone Wars, she was beloved. She captured so many of the fans' hearts. She earned her place in as one of the most beloved Star Wars characters, female Star Wars characters, I should say, because I believe Leia is by far one of the most beloved Star Wars female characters as well. Padme, I don't know. Shemi, Skywalker, maybe. Rey, debatable. Rose, no, not really. Because I've heard a lot of people dislike Rose just as much as they do Jar Jar Binks. But I don't know how to really explain this, but if only if today or this week or this month or by the end of the year or whatnot, because we aren't getting episode 9 until next year, 2019, of Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson, J.J. Abrams says, okay, guys, we're sorry about attacking you guys for not liking The Last Jedi. And if Kathleen Kennedy says, okay, I know we kind of screwed up killing Luke Skywalker off because that pissed a lot of people off, and I apologize for that. And if they act more professional, then I'm willing to bet you episode 9 will make more money in the box office as more money than The Last Jedi did. Debatably. Will it make as much money as The Force Awakens? Or I don't know. What is the highest gross Star Wars movie? I leave a comment below because I want to know now. But and some fans boycott the Han Solo movie just to make a stand with Lucasfilms, more so Kathleen Kennedy, saying, hey, we want to be heard. We're offended by some of the things you said. We want to be heard. We need to be heard. So what they did, put their money where their mouth is, and did not go see the Solo a Star Wars movie. Even though I saw it to give it a fair chance, and it was a better movie than I thought. I feel like my expectations kind of rose a little bit higher after I saw the god awful holiday special. But still, I still had not too high of an expectation for the solo movie. But I'm glad that I want to see it because it was better than I expected, but it's not the best Star Wars movie, my opinion. And I'll respect if you guys say otherwise. The best Star Wars movie, in my opinion, has to be Revenge of the Sith, because you knew that somehow the Jedi was going to die off, that Anakin was going to turn to the dark side and become Darth Vader, but you didn't really expect how they would really execute it in Revenge of the Sith. And the way they went about it, having the clone troopers turn against the Jedi generals, Anakin Skywalker. Well, I we knew that Anakin kind of was going to help Sidious take down the Jedi, but having Order 66 in Revenge of the Sith, having Yoda fighting Darth Darth Sidious, have was really unexpected. Say what you want about CGI Yoda. In Revenge of the Sith, CGI Yoda made a whole lot of sense, which is why I feel like Revenge of the Sith was the best Star Wars movie. Then comes The Force Awakens, because it was a great reboot movie that set up and was an awesome setup movie for episode 8. Granted that Ryan Johnson could have done a better job with The Last Jedi, but hey. Then it uh tied between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. But on my list, Attack of the Clones is like the worst Star Wars movie. And like I said, I don't know where to put the other three Star Wars, no, the other Star Wars movies in the category, but I'll respect your guys' thoughts on if you agreed with me or disagreed with me on any of my points, and I'm sorry if I am being slightly confusing or having these awkward pauses, but I'm trying to say express this in the best way possible per se. Just if you're watching this, Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson, J.J. Abrams, then stop acting like The Last Jedi is the perfect Star Wars movie, because it's not. There are some parts that I did enjoy, but it's not the perfect Star Wars movie. Granted, it's not the worst, because in my opinion, the worst Star Wars movie is Attack of the Clones. I got my reasons for saying Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie, or I should say, my least favorite Star Wars movie is Attack of the Clones. But if they stop acting like The Last Jedi is the perfect Star Wars movie and stop attacking the fans that dislikes the Last Jedi and actually said, yeah, we apologize for all the things we said, blah, blah, blah. And we'll start listening to you guys, then the fans, then like I said before, I'm willing to bet you The Last Jedi will make more money than the Solos movie and The Last Jedi movies made combined. I'm willing to bet you that. I'm not joking. I'm willing to bet you that. I mean, look at Marvel. Like, I know I brought this up before, but look at how Marvel's doing. It's Disney owned, and some people are confusing the Star Wars problem as a Disney problem. No, that's not true at all. Cause Marvel, the Marvel Studios are owned by Disney, and the MCU as a whole is doing pretty good. It's like one of the best movie universes. I don't know how to really phrase it in this case, but movie franchises. There we go. The MCU is one of the best movie franchises of all time, in my opinion, because they love the fans. They don't attack the fans that dislike certain movies. They acknowledge that as good as each Marvel movie may be, that they are not the best movie of all time. And anyway, and yeah, that's part of the anger where Lucas, Star Wars fans has, because Lucasfilm is actually doing the total opposite. But yeah, so I feel like I should make that video up there because Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Jesse Milestone from Mindless Entertainment, Anna from That Star Wars Girl, and even Jeremy Johns made a video yesterday. But those four YouTubers plus some other YouTubers kind of went out there, kind of expressed some of their frustrations with Lucasfilms, more like Kathleen Kennedy than Lucasfilms as a company, because that's the actual problem with Kathleen Kennedy. Anyways, I am done ranting about Star Wars, but granted to be told, granted to be told, what type of saying is that? But to be honest, even though Kathleen Kennedy is kind of running Lucasfilms to the ground per se, Star Wars is still one of my favorite movies. Like, I just mean the franchise is still one of my favorite movies of all time. And I'm good, and you? Ugh. I mean, for those of you who like Star Wars and 100% loves the new movies, good for you guys. I love the Force Awakens, love the Rogue One. The Last Jedi was, I would change a lot that happened in that movie. There were some parts that uh I enjoyed. Not saying that it's the worst Star Wars movie, it's just I enjoyed The Last Jedi. So, though, it was a pretty decent movie. Not the worst, not the best, but decent. But anyways, I'm going to also uh end this live stream as well because I'm kind of done ranting about Star Wars for the day. Because I only ranted about Star Wars because I'm really passionate about Star Wars. And in the famous quote of Anna from That Star Wars Girl, Star Wars kind of, for a lot of us Star Wars fans, it's not just a movie. It's more than a movie, it's kind of in our blood. And as my good friend Rain Diamond just said, go Star Wars. There we go, go Star Wars. But yeah, long story short, for those of you who have been hearing a lot of controversy around Star Wars lately, it's not a Disney problem. It is a Lucasfilms problem, but it's not really a Lucasfilms problem per se, if you get what I mean. It's more of a Kathleen Kennedy problem. And I won't go as far of a stretch to say that she should be fired. But if she is gonna be fired, then I honestly wouldn't be surprised, sadly. But I think she should step away from the creative control and have like somebody like Kevin Feige or Dave Filoni to step in as the creative producer or creative president of Lucasfilms, where Kathleen Kennedy will be the creative, the president of Lucasfilms itself, because she must realize, as much as I love Star Wars, there are other movies in the Lucasfilm property that she has not touched yet, and I'll be excited. I'll be interested what she would do the other s- movies that are under Lucasfilms. Like last year, I know Indiana Jones movie. I'll be excited for Indiana Jones movie. Granted that I need to see the other Indiana Jones movies because the only one I remember seeing is the one with Shia LaBeouf, was the Crystal Skull, I think it's called. But I should definitely watch the other Indiana Jones movies so I can catch up. But yeah, like I said, I just think Kathleen Kennedy should give creative control to like somebody that actually knows Star Wars better, like Dave Filoni per se, and just oversee Lucasfilms because she is the president. So there are other movies she can touch, that pre-existing movies that she can touch outside of Star Wars, and there are other movies. There are movies you can create that can be under Lucasfilms as well. Just just leaving it out there. Anyways, I'm done. And excuse my language. I'm bitching about those some of those offensive statements Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson, and J.J. Abrams made to the Last Jedi haters. Which again, like I said, if you guys had opposing opinions than what I have, then about the whole Lucasfilms Kathleen Kennedy controversy, I respect your guys' decisions. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you're stupid for disagree with me." I actually like hearing other people's theories. I like it when, well, yeah, I like it when people agree with me about stuff, but I also value people's opinions that kind of goes against mine, because then I don't really care about. I like. I feel I can get the most with people who kind of like disagree with, because they can have debates, like friendly debates, telling the other why we feel the way we feel. That way, we can have more of an understanding why that other person feels the way we feel. I mean, obviously, in the end, we will have to agree to disagree. Just, yeah, I'll be interested in what you guys think. And, yeah, like this video if you agree with anything that I said in this video. And if you completely disagree with me of what I said in this live stream, then dislike this video, because I honestly want to see how many people that agreed with me at some level, you know. N- as a nice little experience. So, like, if you guys agreed with me in any way, shape, or form of any of my points in this video, and thank you, Raim, or dislike it if you totally think I am completely wrong. And see you next live stream. So, any of this live stream in 3, 2, one.